Let us see if the king shall cook, or shall he be nothing more than a meal for the beasts. What's up, guys? I'm Hunter here, and here we are to do a live reaction to chapter 227 of Bru Loco, which is known as Scales to the Future. And, you know, after the end of last chapter, your boy's a little bit excited. I can't even lie to y'all. So, I'm trying to see what happens. You know, personally, I'm always Team Isagi. Realistically, I'm Team BM. Like, I still really like Kaiser. Sure, has Kaiser been locked down like a dog this entire game? Yes, Lorenzo's kept him in the pound. But realistically, BM has got my vote, hands down, 9 times out of 10. So as happy as I am to see Barrow cook, to see him go back to his original self, to see him have his self-motivation again, and rebel against Snuffy, and do all that good stuff, kind of fitting into the whole reversion, accepting your old self theme that we've been going for in the Neo Ecosys League so far, I still do want to see him get cooked. Like, obviously, Snuffy and realistically, Barrow can get read out by Isagi and Kaiser when they're using conventional plays, conventional strategies, all that normal stuff. But I want to really see, I want to see how in-depth it can get. If Metavision Isagi and Metavision Kaiser can start cooking an awakened Barrow, a flow Barrow with Predator, no, you know, a boy's going to get a little bit excited about that. But enough of that, let's not waste any more time, and let's hop right into it. Editing me, ready, 3, 2, 1, go. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. As you know, I have it on me. I keep it on me at all times. And as you also know, this is Peak Lock. Peak every week. And thusly, we're pre-drawn. I don't know. I feel like after last chapter, it's kind of impossible for this chapter to not be peak. Like, I'm not sure how one could make this. Like, you would literally have to switch. You have to switch perspectives or something. You would have to do something entirely insane to make this chapter not peak. So, I got money on this being peak. But let's not waste any more time, and let's hop right into it. Those times were the best. I think I'm dreaming. Furious that Isagi has constantly stopped him from scoring, Barrow terminates his agreement with... Sorry, something fell. Furious that Isagi has constantly stopped him from scoring, Barrow terminates his agreement with Snuffy. As Snuffy watches his protege turn against him, he remembers his past. Oh, we're going back in time, back to reality. But let's see, those times were the best. I think I'm dreaming. I don't want to be some boring adult who constantly speaks that nonsense. I agree, Mick. This world's our oyster. Right, Snuffy. We're the strongest in the world. We're the strongest, the best in the world. Maybe it's only because the JJK anime just recently came out. But like, a duo, one with white hair, one with black hair, calling themselves the strongest. And one of them got packed, while the other one's the strongest player in the world, according to the world's best striker. Like, I'm not saying it's purposeful. I bet it's purely accidental. It's purely accidental. And based on what I can see of this guy's face, I'm assuming he looks like Barrow. Like, I'm guessing. We kind of saw what he looked like earlier, but I'm assuming he's going to look a lot like Barrow, considering what this chapter opener likely means for us. But, like, I don't know. This ain't Gojo and Ghetto. I don't know what is. But regardless, let's see. Go away. If we can't become the kings of football, then it's a life not worth living. Ah. This guy. Okay. So he doesn't look exactly like Barrow. Like, you can definitely see that. But I can see why Snuffy was concerned. I can definitely see why Snuffy was concerned. Because, like, if your homeboy is talking stuff like this, and then, like, what happens, like, injuries, bad days, bad games, and we remember what happened to Snuffy's friend. As much as a pure ideologist he looks like here, as great and powerful as his ego was here, bro lost. He lost everything. He lost the one thing that you can never win back, because you only get one. You can always say you get more time. You can get more money. You can make more friends. You can do many more things, but you only get one life. So I can see why Snuffy likely saw this in Barrow. He saw that, like, I wouldn't say the hunger is a bad thing either. That desire for the pinnacle is good. You kind of want everyone to have that, but within moderation, with an understanding, with knowledge of how to do it right, and not be so deep within oneself that if something goes wrong, you fall apart. And I agree. I agree 100% with Snuffy on that. Like, even though I've mentioned this before, I made a whole video on it. While I think Ubers isn't the best team for Borrow because it feeds Borrow, and I think it's missing like certain key aspects that I would personally add to it to make it a better team. I don't even play soccer. I used to, but I don't. I don't even watch soccer that much. I'm not good at soccer, so I don't know. Snuffy's the best player in the world. But while I personally understand all that, I do see where both sides are coming from. I see where Borrow comes from, where he's like, I want to be independent. I want to be my own man. I don't want to sit here and follow your plans anymore. You big man, you big nose man, you honker of a nose man. You stay away. I get that, but I simultaneously get Snuffy's point of view, where it's like, he's seen it. He's seen Borrow before, and he saw what happened to Borrow. And when you think you can stop it, you're gonna want to stop it. You're gonna want to see if you can rein that. If you want to, it's just to help. Like, literally, it's not even out of any malice. Like, I don't think Snuffy came to the Neo Egotist League, saw he got Borrow, was like, yes, I can't wait to tame this raging lion. Like, no, obviously not. He just sees a person that deeply reminds him of his old friend, and he knows the path his friend went down. And notably, this is even a thing that Borrow himself acknowledges. We see that way back in second selection, he sees the kind of future that he would live in if he does not become number one. A side character, a background character, simply watching Isagi succeed where he desired to. And we see where that pushed him in that alternate reality where he ended up passing in that moment. He was alone in a dark room, consuming liquids that you don't want to be consuming them liquids in high amounts. So obviously, like, the path is there. It is within everyone, but it's especially within people like Snuffy's friend and people like Borrow. So I can see why Snuffy was so deeply concerned. But what I'm assuming this is going to do, I'm assuming the passion of Borrow is going to reawaken Snuffy. Like, even if it's just temporary, even if it's just for this one game, I don't think, like, part of me was like, oh, maybe Ubers are just going to shut down. But I don't think so. I think this is going to be essentially a rallying cry where it's like, yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it just for this once. I mean, let's just throw it all away. Forget the plans. Forget the ideologies. It ain't even working. Let's wild out a little bit. Like, if I had to take a guess on what's going to be happening, that is where I see it going. If I had to take a guess. But let's see. Because here we go. Yep, we have Snuffy looking. He's shrouded in darkness. But you have Borrow focused in the light, which is ironic, because, you know, Borrow is consistently described as the darkness of the field, but he is kind of, ironically enough, despite being a deep darkness, he is usually a guiding light to victory, a guiding light to chaos, a guiding light in general. Like, bro, always, heck, even on this team before this awakening, he was sort of the guiding light. He was leading everyone to the goal. So it's weird to think about it, but, you know, the greater the darkness, the brighter the light, and the brighter the light, the greater the shadow. You know, sometimes I think I'm too much of a Kingdom Hearts fan. You know how many times I've used that metaphor in, like, real life? Like, in a real life conversation, like, I'll be talking about serious stuff with some people, and I'll be like, you know, it's okay. As long as your bright lights keep shining, you can push away any shadow. I'll literally talk like the Kingdom Hearts game. That game has had too much influence on me. But luckily, one of my friends recently told me that, like, they finally played through the whole series after I've been begging them to. And they're like, oh no, I'm addicted too. Where's Kingdom Hearts 4? And I was like, finally. I'm no longer alone. Because, like, a lot of my friends do, like, they like anime and manga and stuff like that, but, like, they will not dedicate themselves to Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts is like the One Piece of video games for them. Like, it's too long, it's too complicated, they aren't going to read it, or they aren't going to play it. So I'm happy that one of them did. But now I wonder if they're going to slowly turn into me and that being like, oh, I'm going to insert Kingdom Hearts reference here, subconsciously or consciously. It's just going to happen like that. Maybe, if they're unlucky, and they turn into me. But let's see. All right, so Borrow's charging in. Let's take a scope of the field real quick. Important things to know. Gagamaru, there's nothing blocking him right now. In terms of, like, there are no bodies in the way. So he can see Borrow. And that is a big weakness. Like, even with Borrow awakening right now, presumably as long as Gagamaru can see it, he's going to be able to react to it. Borrow is not, it's going to sound crazy, Borrow is not that strong of a striker, at least in my opinion, that he can get like a clear shot off on Gagamaru. If it's 1-on-1 and Gagamaru's in the goal, always bet on Gagamaru. Isn't that like what they say about Kaido in One Piece? If it's 1-on-1, always bet on Kaido. If it's 1-on-1, always bet on Gagamaru. If there's nobody else in the way. So I'm assuming this is not a good position for Baro to try and score. I think that's kind of too easy. Let's see here. Lorenzo and Kaiser. These two might as well be joined at the hip. Like, these two are never separate. And I get it. That's literally Lorenzo's role. But Kaiser, please, like, hop on, get out the way. Like, move, bro. Like, get emotion. Get a little bit active, bro. You're a new Gen World 11 striker, and you're being locked up is an understatement. Bro's locked it down. Like, bro is not able to move at all. Like, come on now, bro. Move. And someone did bring up a fantastic point. Yes, it is true. Lorenzo does literally have like a 99 in pretty much every defensive stat. So obviously he's good like that. But still, Kaiser, please, bro. You're better than this. Don't be useless. All right, so we got Nico. Nico doesn't seem to have... I mean, I guess this is Mensa right here. Maybe Nico has Mensa on him, but Nico's in a more favorable position because at least he's facing Baro. Meanwhile, Lorenzo has his back to Baro. So unless Lorenzo does like a heel pass or something, he's kind of useless here. He needs to turn around. And hopefully Kaiser can either break away and stop Baro or, like, I guess, reverse the Giga Grip on Lorenzo and hopefully stop him. Then we got Ness and this dude. Drago? I think this is Drago. I'm starting to learn their names. Like, it's weird. I'm starting to even learn the background characters' names. But I guess that's because I talk about it every week and I keep seeing the back of their jerseys. But, all right. So I don't think Baro's he's not going to score off this. I don't think he's going to score solo. I think this is going to require like a team effort because I don't think he's getting past 2 Metavision users because you don't even see Isagi in this shot. And to be fair, that's because Isagi is likely like to his right in this moment. Let's see. King? He abandoned his teammates and went rogue? What are you doing, Baro? Shut up, you mindless good-for-nothing robots. Okay. Now here's the thing. I get the whole individuality stuff. I get the desire to be your own man. I get the desire to be your own king, your own leader, your own boss. But dude, you would not have scored a hat trick. You would not be worth 100 million without these people, dog. Like here's the thing, right? I don't know. Because, like, I've met Baros in my life. They will literally succeed off the backs of others. Their hard work. And then the moment something doesn't go right, they immediately blame other people. Or they always insult people for doing things that the Baro also does. And I don't know. I don't like that. This is one of the main reasons why, despite me respecting Baro as a character, I don't think he's ever going to be in my top 5. I don't know. I just find him too annoying. Like, maybe it's that you can have confident, even overconfident, even arrogant characters, and they can be some of my favorites. I love certain arrogant characters, but there's a careful balance you have to strike. And for me personally, Baro's just never hit that balance. It's why you've never necessarily, like, I've praised Baro before, and I've been like, yeah, he's cool, but he's never been like, I think I had mentioned him in my top 5, but like, he's not really up there. I like Shigiri more than Baro. I like Kunigami more than Baro. Even recent Kunigami more than Baro. Obviously I like Isagi more than Baro. I like Aiku more than Baro. I like Nico more than Baro. Like, I like a bunch of characters more than Baro, being completely honest with you. Just because I really don't like, I don't know. Despite being a person who has had moments where I've been the Baro, like where I've wholeheartedly acknowledged, oh, that was rude, that was arrogant of me. Baro never does that. He literally, I mean, he does. He has moments. Like, after the second selection match against, I think it is, yeah, after the second selection match against Kunigami, Ryo, and Shigiri, he does have a moment where he acknowledges Isagi. He's like, hey, yo, what kind of saga do you want to play? But once again, it's all, I don't want to beat Isagi. Oh, I'm gonna learn everything about you, so I'm gonna feed you. Yeah, I'm Baro. I'm so cool, man. Wait, I don't know. It's just that kind of, it's that kind of rhetoric, that kind of rudeness, that kind of detaches me from the character, because there's not enough of the opposite. There's not enough moments where he's like, okay, let me acknowledge and respect you. Okay, fine. I may be him, but, you a little bit him too. Like, there's very few moments of that. He's a character that solely thrives off his cool moments, but, like, his cool moments can't carry enough. For me in particular, I know that's a rare thing for me. I know a lot of the fandom loves Baro, will do insane things for Baro. Me personally, though, it's moments like this that really make me not like the character. It's just because, like, I guess I just don't like people who don't value contributions other people make in general. Like, it's just a thing that I just don't like in life. So even seeing it reflected in a manga character, I don't know, I just don't like it. My morals are not going to suddenly shift no matter how cool the character is. But let's see. Ever since I teamed up with Snuffy, I've been waiting for the opportunity to crush this stupid team. But like, see, here's the thing. Once again, I don't, even as bad as booty meat as Barcha is, without the support of Ubers, Baro is not gonna 1v11 Barcha. He wasn't gonna 1v11 PXG. He wasn't gonna 1v11. He's obviously not 1v11ing BM. He's not 1v11ing. What's the last thing? Manshine. He's not. He's just going to lose all those scenarios without his team. So like, he's calling the team stupid. He wants to crush. All I wanted was Snuffy's techniques. Everything else is trash. And that's just wrong. Like that's the thing. There's arrogance and there's stupidity. No, here's the thing. There are levels to it. There's confidence, then there's arrogance. What am I picking up? There's confidence, then there's arrogance, then there's stupidity. This is stupidity. He's dumb. Like I don't know. I'm never. Once again, when you, how do I put this? When your character's just verbatim wrong, that's when I don't like. Like, you can have a character be off or twisted in their moral ideology, but like, we are 227 chapters deep. Baro got introduced in like the 30s. I think earlier than that, realistically. Like, I think second selection near like over by the 30s. I think so. So like, Baro got introduced way earlier than that. The fact that he's still saying stuff like that, like, it'd be one thing if he was like, I don't like how this team functions. You have so much potential. You allow yourself to be squandered by Snuffy and his perfect, pretty little plans. Let's break. Like, if he was talking more like generally enthusiastic, like trying to like explain that he respects their abilities, he's valued their contributions before, but he doesn't like that they're stuck in this system and he would like to break free of it a little bit, or even break free of it a bunch, that'd be fine. It's just that he's saying that they're stupid, he just wants the techniques, so everything else is trash. Like, he sounds like a 5-year-old. Like, this 6'3", 200-something built beast of a man who would absolutely body bag me in a fight if we were to ever come back. I am 3'4". I am not that big. So, like, legitimately, this absolute monster of a man sounds like one of my 5-year-old cousins. Like, this is stupid. Cousin Pencil, I don't want to eat chicken nuggets. Chicken nuggets are dumb. Meanwhile, they're eating chicken nuggets. Like, or no, they just had chicken nuggets yesterday when I was watching them. So like, I don't know. It's that lack of acknowledgement, that lack of respect that really makes me be like, Baro, I'm not sure I'm wrong with you. But I know a lot of people will love this because this is the Baro that they love. Like, people have loved Baro since the beginning when he was just this arrogant, I know it all, I'll do it all myself, I don't care about anything or anything. Like, people love that guy. And I never have. That's just one thing that I've never really clicked with. And I know that's a me thing. That is 120% a me thing, where it's like, it's not for me. I see why people could like it. But here's the thing. I bet it would work a whole lot better. But here's the thing. I'm trying to think of like characters that like talk this kind of talk and walk that kind of walk. Because here's the thing, right? I'm trying to think of characters that talk the talk and walk the walk. But usually when characters do that, they aren't in sports manga, because I've read them in sports manga. They're in battle manga. And like, I'm thinking of Escu. I'm thinking of Meliodas. I'm thinking of, I can't say Vegeta. Vegeta usually talks the talk and gets smacked. But I'm thinking of even characters, rarely, like Goku. Those characters where they do talk that smack, they do hype themselves up, they do gas themselves up, but usually they succeed. Baro has like a 50-50 ratio. Realistically, it's like a 33-66 ratio of success. Like, Baro has missed or failed a lot on his own with his own shooting ability. Like, he has his moments where he succeeds, but it's usually after he like messes up 3 times. So I literally can't even say that when Baro talks the talk, he'll walk the walk. Like, I don't know. There's nothing I necessarily get from the character that's like, yeah, I'm going to completely disregard the fact that you are a terrible human being. I can't do that. Now I've got the Predator Eye. I've got no use to play along any further. Interesting how he calls it Predator Eye. Kind of weird. I don't like that. I mean, I guess it makes sense. It is just a Predator Eye. But and one thing I'll admit, I do like that the team's not taking his nonsense. They're like, really? Like, even like these non-characters, I'll admit, I have no idea who these guys are. But Lorenzo is noticing it. Like, yeah, that's rude. Like I don't know. Maybe it's just I expect people to be polite, but that is off-putting. Like, dude, you're wrong. Like, how were we try? Like, we literally did a majority of the hard work for you in the last game. The only reason you scored this game was because of us. Like, dude, you're literally just stating you're devaluing everyone else around you for no benefit at all. That is awful. I don't know. That's just like it's stupid. Once again, I know he calls the whole team stupid, but that's stupid. Of refusing to acknowledge the people who have helped you, especially considering you still need their help. Say Barrow scores right now. What is he going to do if Uber says, fine, you don't want to work with us? We're going to work with you. Let him score. I know that don't make no sense. But still, they could do that. In retrospect, since he thinks the team is stupid, the team added no value, let him play. Let him play all positions. Goalie, get out the goal. Goalie, go get out the goal. Defenders, we're worthless. Aiku, Ryu, Nico, go sit down. Lorenzo, don't be a midfielder now. and nothing. Let Barrow do it all himself. Since the team's so stupid, since the team is so dumb and worthless and ugly, and everything but the techniques are trash, let him do it all himself. Go ahead. Like, I like, even though it would be bad for business, like on live television to do it, I like low key the thought would cross my mind where I'd be like, fine, I'm not gonna help you. Because like, if you're gonna insult me, if you're gonna devalue me that much, then I'm not gonna support you in any way, shape, or form. Go ahead, do it all yourself. If you're that much of that guy, you don't need me. You don't need any help. You don't need any support. Go ahead, do it, and play every other game by yourself too. Let it be 1v11. We've been joking about Isagi playing like a 1 or a 2v22 or a 2v20 or something like that. We've been joking about that. But no, let Barrow actually play that. Let him play a 1v20 or a 1v11. Just have everyone else stand to the side. I don't know. That's how, like, I know, I specifically remember, not my soccer coach wouldn't have done that, but I specifically remember someone was talking smack in the 4x1. They were like, I could run the whole race by myself and be faster than all y'all on handoffs. And he literally did that. Like, he's like, okay, run it. And we literally ran it. He was in the 4, he was doing a 400 by himself, and we were doing handoffs, and we smoked him. I was the third leg. He was like 50 meters behind. My coach looked at me, put a hand up, and whenever my coach put his hand up, that meant wait. So I waited. He was like then just 5 meters behind me. Hand dropped, I was gone. And notably, I'm the third leg, so obviously I had 2 fast people behind me getting the whole leg up, and they were good with handoffs. So when I got the handoff, I was just told to wait, and then I booked it, and then we smoked them by, like, once again, while standing there for a solid few seconds to let that guy approach, we still smoked him. We still did that. So I could literally see my track and field coach from a long time ago literally being like, okay, everyone get off the pitch. Let them do it. But obviously that's not going to happen here. Let's see. Huh? What happened? They're turning on each other? Now steal the ball! Raichi, where are you? Go get him, Snuffy. Raichi, what are you doing here? Speaking of where are you? Noel, where are you at, bro? I'm not seeing you in any of these panels. Noel, what are you doing, bro? Are you guarding Nico? No, you aren't even guarding Nico. Where are you, Noel? Let's see. Barrow, you wanted to find me that much. Yeah, let's see, bro. Once again, let him run it and see how that works. You bet. The team you created, I want to burn it all to the ground. See, like, he doesn't even, I don't know. See, like, because with your stupid tactics, there's no way I can beat Isagi Yoichi. Like, hop off, bro. Like, there's meat munching. There's meat riding. There's meat swallowing. Then there's meat marauding. Barrow, you're on secret stage 5. Hop off, bro. You cannot let one man define your entire idea. Like, I don't know. When I think of my inspiration, why I like to do YouTube, why I work every day, why I get to the grind every chance I can get, it's for like a multitude of reasons. 1, to make my family proud. 1, to be able to live a good life. 1, because I enjoy it. Like, there are a bunch of different reasons and facilities for why I do what I do. Barrow has like 2. He wants to be the king and he wants to beat Isagi. And like, bro, hop off his meat. I get it. He's the main character. But bro, hop off. You're choking on it. You're gargling on it, bro. Please back away from the meat. It's not that deep. It never has been and never will be that deep, bro. Just hop off, find something else to choke on, bro. Please, there are other things in life, but I guess not. And here's the thing, because with your stupid tactics, there's no way I can beat Isagi Yoichi. You're passing. Literally what happened? What happened? And here's the thing, right? I can already smell the flip. I can smell the Baro fans in the comments. I'm about to make a joke, but you know what? Considering how like hygienic Baro is, like I'm assuming y'all are actually like very well groomed. If you like Baro, you're probably super duper well groomed. It's the Nagi fans I need to worry about. If you're like that, then again, that's fandom Nagi. I don't know about y'all, but I see like a bunch of fandom jokes about Nagi. It's like he doesn't shower, he doesn't bathe. If Rhea wasn't there, Nagi would literally be like a flea bag in terms of his hygienics. But Baro is very cleanly. Cleanly? What is the word for that? He's a very clean individual. So like Baro fans, you're well groomed. So I can smell your deodorant from here. But still, I can hear them saying that when he says the stupid team, when he says this, he simply means the way that it's run by Snuffy. And he wants to run it in his own way. But even then, phrase it better then. Don't call your own team stupid and worthless and trash and super vague mannerisms and then pass the ball. Because like, here's the thing. If I'm Nico, I'm not playing with you. If I'm Nico, I'm not playing with you. You gave me the ball, you're not getting it back. I don't care if you're the only striker. I got Aiku, I got Lorenzo, I got Snuffy. Obviously, you don't care about us. Obviously, we're worthless to you. So this ball is no longer your ball. It's not our ball. It's our ball. It's not your ball. Get it back yourself. Go ahead, steal it off me. Steal it off me, you big dumb animal. Like, legitimately, I don't know. I'd be petty. Maybe that's probably more a testament to me, though, where, like, the pettiness would just burst out of me. It would be absolutely insane how quickly, how insanely, how diabolically petty I would become in a matter of seconds. Like, it would literally just awaken out of me. It would, like, rip itself out of me and be like, okay, we on full petty time, bro. That's how bad I would be. So I guess maybe I'm not a good team player. Because I don't know, if someone were to talk that kind of smack to me, I couldn't let it slide. But let's see. Follow me, lackeys. That's all you can do, right? Like those are fighting words. Here's the thing. I'm not a violent individual. I always joke like, those are fighting words. I throw hands. Yada, yada. I'm not a violent individual. I was raised in a very pacifistic family. That's just how it is. So these aren't actually fighting words. But I'm not going to help you. I'm not going to follow you. I'm not going to support you. Why would I? Like, if you're rude, because here's the thing. It's different when like I have a rivalry or something, like notably me and my homies, whenever we hop on any sort of game or we do anything that has remotely any competition, we talk the most smack. Like some of the things we say to each other, whether we're playing Yu-Gi-Oh, whether we're playing Smash, whether we're playing Fighters, whether we're playing Mortal Kombat, whatever, anything. If there's like an element of 1-on-1 or even 2-on-2 or 3-on-3, whatever competition, then the smack talk will be diabolical. We will say things to each other that genuinely need like psychological research on whether or not we're mentally okay afterwards. Like legitimately, we'll say things like that. But even still, that's an understanding that we're treating each other as equals. We're respecting each other here. You just calling me stupid after I've supported you this entire time. Nah, bro. You think I'm stupid? I'll show you something stupid. like legitimately. I don't know. But it looks like it's gonna work. I like, once again, I don't see this. I don't think Baro's gonna run the 1v11. Let's see. Huh, so that's your aim, Baro. All right, King. I'll go along with your rebellion. Let's reset our... See, yeah, I don't know. Once again, this kind of falls into the issue. And here's the thing. For me, it kind of falls into the issue that I had with... and here's the thing. I guess it didn't bother me with Barcha. I really wish I was recording my reactions during Barcha. But realize, from someone on the previous Blue Lock videos, they commented, where are all the live reactions before Manshine? And I literally had to tell them they don't exist. Like, they are not canon to the multiverse. Because the thing that got me reacting to Blue Lock was my sheer disgust on Nagi's character reversion. I didn't like that, like, at all. I really didn't. I 100% did not like that. And that's what got me reacting. Rayo and Nagi's character regression did not do any good for me. And here's the thing. I guess, from a certain point of view, Bachira and Shigiri regressed as characters. But I feel like their regression works better for me. Because it didn't annihilate their character arcs, at least in my opinion. It recontextualized them. Shigiri's whole journey up to that point was regaining confidence in himself, his speed, and his legs. But Shira's whole character arc up to that point was better understanding himself and using the natural innate talent he had and his desire and love of football in order to better himself and make himself into a better striker. What did Barcha allow him to do? That exactly. Utilize the monster as a part of his fighting style and evolve his dribbling to a whole new world. What did Manshine allowed Shigiri to do? Double down and reinforce his own individual speed and turn him into someone better than he was before. The reason I don't like Nagi and Reo in comparison is because they just completely ignore all their character development and their whole dualistic journey where they went separated on. And the reason I'm not liking Baro too much is because he was reverting to the arrogant, dumb bubblegum behind self that he was. And I'm hoping that Ubers loses. Specifically because of this. Like, I don't like the idea that Baro's going to get to mouth off and now that's suddenly going to work. I hope it literally fails. I hope it 100% fails. They can score. I do want Baro to score. I want the game to be 2-2. I do want that. But then, I want Hiyori to sub in. I want them to absolutely cook Ubers right here, right now. Because Baro, I don't know. I don't think this kind of, like, disregard of people and this hatred and loserness, I don't like it. I really don't like it. I hope Baro doesn't like take this kind of lesson from this, because what is he gonna do when he's on the U20 team, when he's playing for Japan, if he gets to play for Japan with this kind of mentality, with a mentality of ego, since he is going to be the coach, that is built around chemical reactions based on the team. If you're going to devalue your own team like this and just view them all as, oh, you're nothing but servants, so you're going to serve me, like, that's not going to work. You're going to be benched again, Baro. Like, you're going to be a wild card joker. But if we have Shido already, Baro's repetitive, and we don't need him. Like, legitimately, I feel like just based on how the narrative is going from a power creep sense, in terms of how powerful and how diverse characters are getting, I think Baro is going to be power crept out of the narrative. Because now we can see Rin and Shido can be on the pitch at the same time. We saw that way back when. That is a feasible possibility now. And unfortunately, as good as a striker Baro is, he's not a better striker than Rin. He's not a better striker than Shido. He's not a good... And that is the position Baro plays. Baro's not a good defender. He's trash at defending. Baro's not a good midfielder. He doesn't even like to pass the ball. He's not a good goalie. Like he has no other purpose but being a striker. Where Isagi can play center attacking midfielder, I don't think Baro can play that. He'd be a mess. He'd be a mess. He'd ruin everything. So, like, legitimately, I don't see Baro. Like, if I'm planning to do a video on, like, building the Blue Lock 11 again after everything comes out. I do want to see, like, Rin and Shido, like, their new compatibility and stuff like that before I get too active in terms of, like, making that video. But Baro's not on that list already, just because of how he plays. Like, I don't think he works well within any sort of team synergy. And since we have characters who didn't have team synergy before, Shido, with extremely good other high-tier characters like Rin, Baro's worthless. So let's see what this game has to say about that. Huh? I haven't heard of this attack pattern. Of course we have. We have the countless tactics Snuffy drilled into us. Huh, I see. Okay, let's do this. What's this? An exciting turn of events, okay? We have no choice but to do it. Yeah, okay. So yeah, this is literally just a enemy of my enemy scenario, where it's like, yeah, they don't like Baro, but they kind of got to do it because they have the ball. Once again, he's going to score here. But in the same way, I think Manshine lost because the reversion to their previous selves in terms of Reo and Nagi was to prove that that wasn't the right way to go. I think Ubers is going to lose because this reversion to subservience this reversion of Baro is going to hamper them the most. And I think that's why they kind of have to lose. If they win, I feel like that's a weird message. Because notably, Isagi has not reverted. The reason BM has gone on a clean win streak is because Isagi's only been developing. He's only been growing. He's only been evolving. Meanwhile, every other character that is lost to Isagi, in one way or another, has been reverting. Pachira technically didn't revert. Like, I still say Pachira is continuing on his evolutionary path of understanding the monster in himself. But realistically, Isagi wasn't even a major part of that game. That was mainly Noel Noah and Kaiser cooking for all of Barcha. So Isagi, relative to that game, I mean, Bachir was just outmatched. Barcha's trash. But for Manshine, that was Isagi. Like, it's that kind of balance that you kind of have to deal with, where it's like, I feel like this is not going to be, like, the only team I can see BM losing to is PXG. Because PXG seems like a team that's evolved. If you could have Rin and Cheeto on the pitch at the same time and they are not fighting, that is a high-level team right there. So, that kind of dual-pronged attack, that high-level evolution, that's what I see being the one thing that can beat BM, a team that's also focused on high-level evolution. So, let's see what ends up happening here. I don't know. I got my money on BM. Are you serious? Ubers are changing their attack? Baro hijacked the disciplined and organized team that Snuffy created for himself. It was a cold panel. The lion infused with the monster. I mean, that's nice. I mean, once again, I don't know. Like, if I'm these three, I'm not taking that kind of disrespect. But I guess they don't. But then again, I feel like maybe not any of them. Maybe not Nico. I still don't think, I think Gagamaru's too cracked to be scored on by Nico. But I don't know. Aiku has the physique. Lorenzo has the physique. I feel like they could score. Or just feed Snuffy instead. Like, I don't know. The kind of disrespect, I just wouldn't have it. Let's see. Huh? What's wrong with this team? I don't understand them. Brace yourself. They're going to attack. Kaiser? Are you going to get in the kitchen? Finally? Look at bro breathe. Is Kaiser finally gonna cook? Is my glorious emperor under heaven? Is he finally going to cook a little bit? He looks a little bit determined. So, how does it feel to be bitten by a little doggy for once? Finally. No, where have you been, bro? I swear. Did he even show up in the last chapter? I swear he was nowhere to be found in 226. I have no idea. Were you just standing on the sidelines, bro? But finally, Noah's here, and he's finally on Snuffy. Give Raiji a break. All right. This is awesome. Yeah. I don't know. Once again, I'm not sure how I feel about that. I get it. Snuffy, once again, is seeing his friend. He's seeing his friend reborn through Baro, and he's probably seeing like a higher level of his friend where he's like, oh, okay. The ability to rebel against me is actually appreciated within this context. Let's see you while out a little bit. Like, I'm assuming it's something along that line, something among those calibers, but like, I don't know, bro. Snuff, you gonna take that kind of disrespect, bro? After you gave this man 100 mil? After you literally spoon-fed this man 100 mil in a gold? Like, come on now, bro. Let's see. You. All right, Baro, show. Oh, look at the beef on that man. All right, Baro, show me. Show me what you can do, you brat. All right, as long as they're all talking smack. Using the Ubers I created, try and surpass. Okay. So, see, once again, I can see that. I can see that. Because essentially, Baro's just wrong. He's wrong. Like, obviously, this is, in my opinion, this is Kanashiro Sensei saying that Baro is in fact incorrect. Baro cannot run. Baro cannot and never will be able to run the 1v11. But, essentially, this is kind of what Snuffy wanted in the first place. He did want Baro to become the new king. And for the longest time, in the way that Baro was operating, he was sort of operating as a prince. While Snuffy was flying high in the heavens as the hawk overseeing the entire field, Baro was simply mumbling and rumbling down in the grass. But now, Baro's leaping above the grass and striking on his own, becoming the king that Snuffy originally wanted Baro to become. This is a really ugly panel of Snuffy. I can't tell you why, though. Like, everything, like, I think it's the way the eye is placed. Snuffy himself is just kind of ugly, and this mouth is just weird. But regardless, I can see what, this I can kind of get. Using the Ubers I created, try and surpass me. Become a better playmaker than me. Become a better striker. Do all that good stuff. I see where this is coming from. I see where the story is going. I just don't like Baro being rude. I just want to reach into the narrative and, well, actually, no, that's wrong. That's wrong. Is Baro 18? How old is Baro? How old? I got the Googler on. How old is Baro? Even regardless, I wouldn't hit him. I wouldn't hit him because Baro would turn around and absolutely whoop my behind, regardless. He could be like 12, and bro would absolutely body bag me. Let's see. Oh, yeah, so bro is 18. He is, in fact, 18. But still, I wouldn't smack Baro. I do like being alive. Let's see. Using the Ubers I created, try and surpass me. Okay. Kaiser, please stop getting cooked, bro. It's just so, okay. Ever since that goal, bro, it's super hard being a Kaiser fan, my man. It's super hard being a Kaiser fan. How are you getting cooked? How are you getting chefed on like this? Over and over and over again. Please stop getting cooked. Kaiser, I'm begging you, bro. It's not, you shouldn't be getting cooked like this. Please, Kaiser, no, bro. Do something. Get active. All right, let's see. Aiku, But yeah, okay, so then once again, they're doing the same passing format. Shut up, Snuffy. I admit the team that you created is elite. The environment is a paradise for the average and mediocre. But, you see, once again, you could have just stopped here. You could have just stopped here. You could have just admitted that Snuffy was cooking. You could have just said that. All right, Snuffy, you cooked. You got in the kitchen. I can respect that, bro. You could have just stopped right there. You did not have to go out of your way and say the environment is a paradise for the average and mediocre. Like, bro. I mean, he says but, so maybe he's going to say something complimentary. There isn't enough despair for me to thrive upon. Yeah. I don't know. Like, once again, Barrow has some of the corniest lines in all Blue Lock. Like, and Blue Lock is a manga full of corny lines. But, like, I know Barrow fans are salivating, dripping, foaming at the mouth when Barrow said this. Me? Shut your corny behind up, boy. Like, legitimately. I don't know. One of my friends talked to me like this. I look at them and be like, you a full grown man. don't you ever speak to me like that again. Like, that's legit how I'd be like, don't you ever come at me with that corny backwater talk again. I swear. Like, legitimately, it would not be good. We would not be on even ground. Let's see. When I lost to Isagi, I hit rock bottom. But thanks to that, I was able to change, become more twisted, to rise from the ash. Like, I know I probably should be caring about this more, but I don't know. I can't take Barrow seriously. What is this lukewarm environment? I'll provide you with the best option. If we fail, it's my responsibility as the master. I don't want to live in a world, in a future, where I'm safe and coddled. If you're going to promote all that hope, becoming the best player in the world, then balance it with an equal amount of despair. If I fail, I'm okay with the entire world ridiculing me. You obviously aren't. You've failed multiple times. That's why you're doing, okay, whatever. Only by going beyond the risk of despair can I attain the ultimate glory. Hunt, slay. I mean, it's cool. I don't know. Maybe it's probably just because I don't like Barrow. That's probably the main reason you aren't getting like a, whoa, this is so great. Like, if this was probably any other character, even if this was Nagi, I'd probably be like, whoa, this is metal. This is not metal to me. This is lukewarm. What did Ren always say? Lukewarm? This is lukewarm. Let's see. Rage, you brat. This guy, he's gone completely off the rails. He was waiting for this moment this entire time? Seriously? No, he was not. Isagi, you're smarter than this. You know he was not. This was purely accidental. Forcing everyone to bend to your will and ideas on this high-level world-class stage, the very thing I want to do. This guy's about to accomplish it. I mean, to be fair, Isagi, you realize you were a man of the match last time. Because you literally bent everything to your... Like, Isagi, you've done this. Like, Isagi, you literally... I don't know. Once again, I feel like this is Barrow slop. And, like, sure, slop off your characters. Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not here to judge. But, like, I feel like this is Barrow slop. And Barrow doesn't need slop. This isn't crazy next level, wow, Barrow, your meat's so fat, let me just... Like, you don't need to slop off Barrow. Like, this is... Isagi, this is something you've literally done. You bent the entirety of the field. You bent people on the enemy team and people on your own team to your will before. Heck, low-key, you did it in this very match when you scored your first goal in the entire Neo Egoist League. Isagi, this is not new. This is not new crazy DLC you're seeing for the first time. Dog, you've done this. I don't know. I told Barrow to hop off, Isagi, but now you need to hop off. Everyone needs to hop off each other's meat. This guy's about to accomplishment. This guy's about to accomplish it. There's no way I'll ever let that happen. I'll stop him. Don't get devoured by this tyrant. No, I won't even let you shoot. Barrow's in range. Gagamaru's also on a... Okay. Kaiser? I see you cooking, bro. I see that face. That's the face of a cooker. Yeah, baby. I never want to lose. Good. He's going to score anyway. Like, I know this is kind of inevitable. He has to score. I don't think they're actually going to stop him, which is going to be... I mean, once again, this is kind of a run back of what happened in Manshine, where, like, the two Metavision users, which ironically enough, Kaiser doesn't seem to be using Metavision right now, but the two Metavision users are going to show up. They're going to try and stop the elite striker of the other team. Then the elite striker is going to do something crazy, and the elite striker is going to score. Like, I don't know. Like, it doesn't hit as good as the first time. But, like, Nagi's 5 revolver shot, as much as I don't like it for his character, I gotta put respect on it. But I'm assuming the same thing's gonna happen here. This is a cool panel. I like seeing Kaiser and Isagi, even if unwillingly, work together. But, like, I can see the future. future. Like, I can literally see it. So, I mean, this is metal, though. I do like this panel. About time, scum. I'll crush you, king. Look at these sweaty men. As the tyrant Baro asserts himself as the game's villain, the field descends into absolute chaos. With a part of the game's main protagonist up for grabs, Isagi challenges Baro to an all-out, no-hold-barred 1v1 duel. It is not a 1v1. Kaiser is right here. Do not sleep on my man. But here's the thing. Even with all my complaining, even with all me, I don't like Baro. Baro's whack. Baro's goofy. Baro's silly. Yeah, the chapter's still worthy. One, as always, the art is fantastic. In fact, I have to say the art is even like, outside of that one Snuffy panel, the art is on an even higher level for some reason this chapter. Like, I think it's all the special eyes this chapter, from Isagi's Metavision eyes, to Baro's Predator eye and flow, to the extra details of the veins, to the extra breathing effects. Look at the details on Kaiser, the rose petals coming off of him, the puzzle pieces forming off of Isagi, all the different lightning bolts coming off of Baro. Heck, even like little things in this chapter, like the detailing on the shading of this piece, to the different veins going along Baro's body that sort of lead out and go opposing to the lightning that's coming off of him. Like, there's a ton of artistic details in this chapter I like. And once again, pushing my Baro bias aside, this is still good for the character. Like, even if, well, it's good for the character that Baro wants to be. And I do believe it fits into the dream that Snuffy originally had when he chose Baro to be the next king. So overall, it does work. Even if I don't like it because Baro's a meanie stupid head who doesn't use good words properly, that doesn't mean I can knock the hustle of Baro and being just a valuable asset and attempting to prove his worth within this convoluted system. So I gotta put respect on his name for that. However, that's all the respect you're getting from me. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and make sure the notification bell so you do not miss out on any videos that come to the channel. Also, I do have a Patreon down below. You can support me for as little as $1 down a month. Get things like exclusive videos, early content, and more. You can also become a member of the channel for as little as $3 a month to get the same perks and more. Now, thank you guys so much for watching once again, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is that guy with the pencil, writing off. I'd like to give a very big thank you to our $3 members, Recliner Plays and Red Wolf 4765. I'd like to give another very big thank you to our $5 patrons, Alex Ice Rose, Art Goon, DemXLND, Midnight Gemlord, Red Wolf 4765, and Sean. I'd like to give another very big thank you to our $10 patrons, iDemokami, Joaquin, and Robbie Uchiha. I'd like to give another gargantuan thank you to our $25 member, Alex Ice Rose.